Hey y'all, it's Michelle Pippin with Women Who Wow and PlanetWOW.club. If you are a seriously driven woman entrepreneur, then you need to be with us. This is your tribe, this is your alliance, and you will totally fit in here. So come over, join us at PlanetWOW.club. I am doing a quick training today, just kind of a bonus training for our community because something has really come up over and over again. It's coming up in my private strategy sessions. It's coming up in my own business, and it sort of started coming up when I was looking through just some old notebooks and old journals that I had for the past probably 10 years. I often do this when I'm planning for an upcoming year. And so something that came up, I feel like just the things that I've been doing differently, the opportunities that I've capitalized on in the past 18 months or so have just transformed my business daily, kind of closer and closer to what I really am after in business, right? Like all of a sudden I started capitalizing on these seven specific opportunities, and I'm sure there's more, but as I started capitalizing on these, like business started changing. Money became easier, business became more fun, like clients started coming, they're the right clients, members started seemingly dropping from the sky. Things started kind of hitting on all four cylinders, and business didn't feel like a struggle. And I just want to be very honest. I've always loved business. Like this is sort of, my business is, and this is maybe not healthy or whatever, but my business is both my business and my income, but it's also my hobby. I love this stuff. I've always loved this stuff, but there's been something that's changed as I started really leveraging and capitalizing on these seven specific opportunities in business. And as I was looking through my journals, and actually as I was journaling this morning, I realized that these things have actually led to sort of a daily recalibration where every day as I capitalize on these opportunities and I no longer hold myself back and allow things to get in the way, as I've done that, it's like daily my actual reality starts lining up ever so slightly closer to what I envisioned was possible, what I hoped actually maybe was possible in business. And so I am excited to go over some of this with you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments. I see like numbers of people who are here, but I don't know who it is. So if you could post a comment to let me know you're here, or certainly ask a question, then that's what's great about live streams. So the first opportunity that I find is most often missed by women in business is the opportunity to go deeper, right? And what I mean in that is deeper in conversations, deeper in your content, deeper in your own growth and what you're doing to invest in yourself as an entrepreneur, deeper in relationship with your market, with your members, with your clients, with your customers. And this is something that I missed for a long time. I kind of stayed surfacey. Frankly, I stayed surfacey a lot of times in my content. Just naturally, I tend to go deep in conversation and deep in relationship, but in my content, I kind of stayed surfacey. And it wasn't long ago, I guess, when I really was challenged by the fact that all of true wealth is like really kind of deep stuff. And so it's like gold, right? Gold isn't just kind of, or not gold, like oil. It's not just like laying all over the surface. You got to go deep for it. You got to go really deep. And so that's when I started going deeper, particularly in my content, when I started allowing my content to still include some how-to step-by-step stuff, but to go deeper into that, things started really shifting for me. And so the challenge really is for this one opportunity is for you to say, okay, where am I missing opportunities to go deeper, to take my members deeper, to go deeper into conversation with my market, to go deeper into relationship, whatever, right? Where are you missing opportunities to go deeper in your business? The second most often missed opportunity is with ideas, having ideas that are left to die on the vine, right? Now, here's the thing, like I've talked about this many times before, where I will have an idea and I have this folder, it's called Michelle Inc. It's like old as dirt. And I could probably show it to you here, but I don't want to find it. So, but it's where I like keep ideas, right? And so my little system has been, I'll write down little ideas, ideas for products, ideas for events, ideas for content, whatever. And I will put them in this folder, and that folder I break out like every quarter, and I look through and I pick out the best ideas. And that's been my system forever, like way forever. And here's what I found though. A lot of times I'll be so excited about something, I'll write it down. And when I write it down like to not forget about, but when I look at it again, I'm like, that's not really a great idea. I start kind of questioning it. And it's a little bit like the plant that you uproot and then you don't replant it for a long time and it just dies. It just dries up and dies. And here's the thing, like ideas are alive, right? They're alive and they will die on the vine. And so one of the most often things, like my biggest regrets, I guess, are when I look back and I see these great ideas that I waited way too long to take action on, right? And it's like disgusting, right? It was like my idea and I just waited so long, it just kind of died on the vine. And so the challenge really is is twofold. So one, is there an idea that you've kind of left, dangling out there and you need to take action on it, right? Is there an idea that you could take action on today? And also the second part of that challenge is to challenge yourself and push yourself to take immediate action on an idea, right? And so what you've seen me do in the past 18 months is maybe instead of just writing it down into like a journal or something, I've been putting it out into our group or putting it into Facebook, like, hey, I'm thinking about doing something like this, right? And that is something that has really made a difference because it keeps life in my ideas. You don't want your ideas to die on the vine, and they're very much alive, right? Without nurturing, without planting, without all of that, some of your best ideas will go stale, and you'll look at it again like I've done. It's like, man, I don't even know if that's a great idea. Or you look at it again and like, I should have done that. I should have acted on that. So the third most often missed opportunity in business is when we live in an in order to mentality. Right? I see this so often, right? I often will ask why people are doing what they're doing, why they're blogging, why they're trying to get into the media, why they're doing whatever. And they always, their question their answer a lot of times has these words, in order to. And I've said for a long time, we need to be very suspect of the things that we're doing in order to blank. Right? We need to be very suspect of those because there's often many times a direct route to what we want, but we get stuck in this in order to lifestyle, right? We're not doing what we really want to do. We're doing something that we feel like for some reason is a prerequisite, a way to earn our way into something that we really want. And I'm going to give two areas that I see this most often happening in business, particularly with women in business. And that is growing your list and getting into the media, right? And so we tend to believe that if you have a certain number of people on your list, and it used to be, I remember back in the days when they said, well, if you had 1,000 people on your email list, then you could expect to make $1,000 a month or whatever, right? We blow that freaking stat out of the water. Most of us in Women Who Wow, we truly do. We've learned that small lists are beautiful because you can go deep in these lists, right? Like our opportunity number one. But a lot of times we have this idea that we have to grow this list in order to like somehow make a bunch of money. And we have this belief that if we do have a bunch of people, we have 10,000 people on our list, we have 20,000, we have 100,000 people on our list, then all of a sudden we will be making tons of money. And I can tell you this, I know a lot of people who have 100,000 plus people on their list, and they're not making a lot of money, right? They're making a lot less money than you might think, right? This is just a reality. The truth is having a butt ton of people on your list does not automatically translate into income, right? And so if you're pursuing your list thinking you need money, you need to figure out like, how could I just go after the money and grow my list in the meantime, right? It's a mindset shift. We should be very suspect when we think we're doing something in order to do something else. Media is another perfect example. There are people who think they need to get into the media in order to make a bunch of money, grow their list, whatever, right? It's an in order to kind of thing. And I can tell you, I am approached and I work with a lot of people who have insane amounts of media. I will never forget the time I spoke with this one person and I looked at her website and I'm thinking like, what is she coming to me for, right? She's like in Cosmo and she's on the Today Show and she's on Good Morning America and she's on the nightly news and she was on, not The View, but like one of those shows, right? And I was like, man, and so I asked her, how much money are you making, right? Like, so that's what people come to me for. How much money are you making? And honest to God, it was about $400 a month. $400 a month. And she had enough media to make any of us drool, right? So as I say, like, I know people who are making, have hundreds of thousands of people on their list and they don't monetize that list. I know people who have tons of media and they haven't monetized that, and yet they're doing it in order to. I also know people who have no list to speak of, right? Who aren't really doing any of the media stuff. They're not really doing anything that we tell you to do to grow an online business, and they are making millions, literally millions. And I have someone who is going to be speaking at Women Who Wow Live, and she is amazing. I'm not sure if she wants to share exactly how much money she makes, but she is a straight up coach working from home, making an insane amount of money, and probably one of the most profitable coaches I have ever known, right? So it's something that she's going to come to the Dallas Women Who Wow Live event, and it's going to be very eye-opening. So if you're doing a bunch of things in order to get what you really want, I really want to challenge you today to see if there's a more direct route, right? Just go straight after what you want. So the fourth mistake that I see business owners making most often, right, just in the moment, is going digital. Right? Just always going digital. And I've made this mistake myself. One of the most exciting things that I've seen in just statistics and is I look a lot at Amazon, right? And if in the business world, sort of, if you can be Amazoned, if you can be commoditized, you will be commoditized. And Amazon has really wreaked havoc on several different industries. And I'll tell you one industry they're not wreaking havoc on, and that is the cosmetics industry. Why is that? It's because cosmetics are a, touch, feel, and see kind of industry, right? And I don't know why it is. I use a lot of the same cosmetics over and over. I still drive my tail to Ulta to pick them up. I still like to put them on and try them and stuff like that. And so you want to look for ways to have live experiences with your market, right? And not just rely on the digital. It's one of the reasons we're doing Women Who Wow Live, but it's important, I'm not just saying you have to have your own event, but it's important to show up. It's important to show up in person. It's important to take your business out of the digital only kind of phase. Figure out ways to touch, feel, see, and experience your market and allow them to do that with you. Part of that is just going to events, right? I've been doing a lot more travel lately. I've been traveling to events and taking them in, speaking at different events, but also just attending. And I tell you, it opens up a new world because it takes these digitals kind of become the norm, and it takes you out of the norm. I want to move on to number 5. Not taking every opportunity to stand out, right? I'll never forget, I say this a lot, but Simon T. Bailey, who you can find at, I think, simontbailey.com, but, he and I were at lunch, down the ocean front one day, and he's like, you have this twisted little view of like life and business and marriage and everything, and I'm like, I really do, and but I missed a lot of opportunities to stand out with just who I was, right? And it wasn't that I was ever trying to fit in. I just missed opportunities to stand out. I held myself back from saying something that I really should have said and I needed to say. And so we always want to be fully ourselves, 100% ruthlessly authentic. One of the greatest quotes, I think, from Earl Nightingale is that, he said, if you don't know what to do, like, just do the opposite of what you see everybody else doing. And the truth is, if we were really operating from 100% authenticity, then we would have no competition, right? We would be so uniquely known, which is what we really want. right? It's what we really want in life, in business, in marriage. Like we want to be known. And so, you know, I think that we miss a lot of opportunities to stand out. The sixth missed opportunity, most often missed opportunity, is going slow and steady, right? We tend to trust slow and steady, and I get that, you know, but a lot of times, you know, success is cooked up in a really messy kitchen. Some of the most profitable people that you know have like the messiest desks. And if you're an organizer, like I know this is like heresy for you, but here's the thing. We have to be willing to accept the fact that success likes speed. Right? There is something to be said for momentum, right? There's something to be said. And I tell you, a lot of entrepreneurs kind of live there, right? I'm not going to say we're adrenaline junkies, but don't you know, like we do some of our best work when we're really up against the clock, right? When it's really time to like, you know, I don't know, fly or die, you know, it's like that's when we do our best work. And so success really likes speed and momentum. And I have missed a lot of opportunities thinking things are going too fast. And so really what happens is in my business, I have my foot on the gas and I also equally have that foot on the brake. And it really has cost me, right? It's cost me a lot of time because I got nervous about speed. If that resonates with you guys, like let me know you're here. Give me some likes or thumbs down or whatever you can do on your end. But I would love to know if that resonates with you. This really was something that I did whenever it started to go really, really fast and I could feel that momentum churning. I got nervous, right? And so I missed a lot of opportunities just going with the slow and steady. And the seventh and probably most important one, an opportunity missed, is the opportunity to go all in. This is something that I didn't really have an option to do in the beginning. I didn't have a plan B. We didn't have anything to speak of in savings, and we didn't have any financial safety net to fall back on. So I went all in because I didn't have any other option, you know. And I think of that, you know, when I think about people when I was in my childbearing years, and you know, I had my kids a lot earlier than most of my friends, and they would say things like, "Yeah, I'm going to try to go natural," and you know, but I'm like, "Well, you delivered in the hospital? Yeah, we're going to try to go natural, and we'll see what happens." And I'm like, "Oh, I know what's going to happen. Like you're going to get into transition, and you'll be screaming for the epidural because it's right there, right?" Like we sort of know how this works. And the reason that I didn't deliver in a hospital and I didn't allow for the epidural to be an option. I'm not saying if however you delivered your children is fine, but for me, I need to go all in. The safety nets, the plan B sometimes keep me from diving deep, from going all the way in. And so I just wanted to encourage you, if you feel like you haven't gone all in, and there have been several times in my business where I didn't, where I, you know, again, like I had the foot on the gas and the foot on the brake. I tested things and I didn't dive as deep as I did in those first few months of my business because I felt like I had more to lose. And so if you're not going all the way in today, I really encourage you to kind of like write out things, like literally write this out. If I were to go all in today, here's what I would do, right? And I'll be honest with you, I did this exercise for myself for probably 10 days in a row. If I were all in, what would my day look like? And I would script my day like that. If I were all in, if I wasn't holding anything back, what would this look like? What would my message look like? What would I talk about? How would I show up? How often would I show up? And I would script my days like that. So those are the 7 most often missed opportunities: the opportunity to go deeper, the opportunity of ideas left on the vine, the opportunity that is lost when you're pursuing those in order to activities, the opportunity to go live, to see, touch, feel, and experience your market and allow them to do the same to you, the opportunity to stand out, the opportunity to go fast, and the opportunity to go all in. So I appreciate you guys being here with me live. If you are going to take any one of these challenges, put it in the comments below. I want to cheer you on. I want to be with you. If you have any questions or comments, put them in there below. And I look forward to talking with you guys again soon. You'll see me back more and more often in the Facebook Live component of the Facebook group, and Really loving that and excited to be here. So if you want to invite your friends to PlanetWOW.club, send them the link. You don't want them to miss out. We have a lot coming up in the next week or so, as always. And I will look forward to taking your questions soon. Bye.